Hey everybody, welcome to another series of how to get for sale by owner listings. In the last video I told you I was going to talk to you today about how to get the names, telephone numbers, and email addresses of for sale by owners. First of all, I want to tell you a little story. Back when I was heavily going after for sale by owners, I've kind of slacked up since the last couple of years. But when I was heavily going after for sale by owners, I had a guy who owns a coaching company going after teaching other realtors how to go after for sale by owners. They would sell them a list of names, of telephone numbers. They would do coaching calls. And so this owner calls me and said, "Hey, I hear that you're able to get email addresses of for sale by owners." I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Can you tell me?" I said, "No, I can't." I said, "Yeah, I can, but I'm not." He said, "Well, here's what I'd like for you to do. I would like for you to be on one of our coaching calls and explain to our realtors how you're able to do your whole system." And I said, "How much are you going to pay me to do this?" And the guy says, "I'm going to pay you nothing." I said, "So let me make sure I get this straight. You want me to tell all of my secrets so that other realtors can use my stuff so that they can make money to put me out of business. Is that correct?" And he goes, "Well, I guess, since you word it that way." I said, "Well, let me just tell you this. You don't have enough money for me to give you that information." He goes, "Well, try me." I said, "I promise you, you don't have enough money." And he goes, "Okay, how much do you want to give this information?" I said, "Well, I'll consider it for $100,000. He said, "I don't have that kind of money." I said, "I told you you don't have that kind of money." So the guy hung up on me. About 2 years later, he had read where I was Realtor of the Year when I was with Remax. So he called me and says, "Hey, I wanted to see if you'd reconsider on doing a webinar and showing my realtors how you're able to get names, telephone numbers, email addresses, and I'd have to buy these leads." I said, "Do you have $100,000? He said, "No." I said, "Well, good luck." I said, "Because my fee now is $200,000. So he hung up on me. I haven't heard from him since. I did some research on him, and it looks like the company is almost out of business. I'm not going to say their name because I'm not sure if they're out of business completely. But let me just tell you this one thing. Do not pay for leads. Waste of money. Leads are free. 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 They're available on the internet. The problem is you don't know where to find them. I can show you a very fast system on how to go into MLS, your MLS, well, my MLS. I'm not sure if your MLS has this, but on the North Texas Real Estate Commission MLS system, I can go into MLS, get names, telephone numbers, and in most cases, email addresses of sellers. Did you know that? Sellers. So you're out there paying for leads of sellers who want to sell their house. I'm able to go into MLS, get that information, because I've got the same system as you. I'm not a broker. I'm just a realtor, just a low-life realtor, just like you. And I go in, but I know how to do a search. You don't know how, so you're paying for leads. Waste of money. You're also paying for these subscription services where leads come to you every day. The problem is that you and about 1,000 other people are calling these same people. So they're being bombarded with the same telephone calls. Well, why not call sellers or for sale by owners who aren't being called that much? That's less competition for you. Going back to the other names and telephone numbers, I also have a way to go into the internet, pull up names and telephone numbers, get email addresses from the sellers, and start an email campaign on why they should use me to list their house. So the bottom line is that many of you realtors want to go the easy way. You want to pay for leads, but in the long run, it's going to beat you up. I have been working the for sale by owner market now for 17 years. In about 6 months, it'll be 18 years that I've worked this for sale by owner market. I know what they're going to say when I talk to them on the phone. I know what they're going to say when I ask the question. Before I even ask it, I know what their answer is going to be. Now, the problem that you're doing is that you're not asking the right questions. You're trying to tell them everything that you know. They're tuning you out after about 30 seconds. They're not listening to you. You have to ask the right questions. You got to get their attention, ask the right questions. But the first thing you do is you've got to get the names and telephone numbers of people who are trying to sell their house who will talk to you. Going after the same 1,000 people that everybody else is going after is going to wreck your brain, and you're going to go crazy. So if you want to find out more about how to get names, telephone numbers, email addresses, give me a call. I will come to your office. It's going to cost a fee. There will be a fee. I don't do this for free. If I was going to work for free, I'd move to Guatemala and be a missionary worker. But I will show you exactly my entire system, which ranges from getting the names and telephone numbers of email addresses to my whole system on what to say, how often to call them, when to send them emails, when to send them follow-up emails, what questions to ask, how to handle objections. And I can show you, based on my numbers, that about after the 6th or 7th call, I'm probably going to get that listing. Now, what you're doing is you're trying to call them the first try, get the listing, they turn you down, and you don't call them back. Big mistake. You've got to date these people for a long period of time. They want to see that you're persistent. But if you're giving up after the first or second time and you're getting your feelings hurt, you're not going to get the listing. So if you want to find out how I can come to your office, there will be a fee. I'll disclose that fee when you call me. My telephone number is 972-679-9029. For people in the Dallas market, you've been to a couple of my training sessions. You know that this class is worthwhile. I did it for free a couple of times at a title company in Plano. This information is not free anymore. I'm going to start charging. This is valuable information. It's a competitive market out there, and you need to quit paying for leads and learn how to prospect so that you never have to pay for leads again. One sale, just one sale, will double what you would have paid for me to come show you how to do this. So if you want to find out more, give me a call, 972-679-9029. We will talk to you later. Bye-bye now.